want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it. Like a disease, bring them to their knees. They for there to see. Rage is like a wind, spread into the streets. It's time to make them bleed. 'Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. Flip gods into weak and harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make great.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. If you want a reading, be sure and visit my stand store. It is linked in the description below. And as always, we have a fair use, a disclaimer. As you come in, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you like it. Let's get it going. Hello, everybody. Was that video going crazy? Oh my gosh, I'm having issues, it looks like. Possibly. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if I'm good. I look really fuzzy. I'm sitting outside until, my computer tells me to go inside and to put it on the charger. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Astrology for Mystics with Jen. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We need to talk about what was going on when Nancy went missing. We need to talk about that. But first, first, guys, I was thinking, I want to do a live that is going to talk about the works of Manly Palmer Hall. And I think I want to do like a series of a live series with Manly Hall and the works. I want to start it out with the works of Francis Bacon. And I think that that would help you guys understand where my perception of astrology is. I am not a mainstream typical astrologer. Jeff calls me a hybrid astrologer. I don't know about that, but I would say that I'm really different. And I'm so different that I think I get on people's nerves. I'm that different. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Hell, I get on my own nerves. But with saying that, I think that that is something that I'm going to do, and I may begin that series tomorrow. It just depends. But hello, everybody. Thank you, Anna. You look great. Oh, thank you. I don't feel like I look great. I feel like this moisture in the air has got my hair all puffy and frizzy and stuff. But it is what it is. We just can't be all, gorgeous and be so beautiful. But I don't even have makeup on today. But hey, who cares? I didn't want to put makeup on before I went live. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Nancy Guthrie went missing on a full moon in Leo, guys. There was a lot of things that was taking place with her missing event that was very distracting for me. It was so distracting because not only was there a full moon in Leo, but I had just done a video about the full moon in Leo. When the full moons come or new moons come or any type of, celestial event like that that comes around, I want to, put out a video. It may be short, it may be long, it may have, I'm really inconsistent with the 12 rising signs, but I try to take into consideration that we all need a little, pick me up. My pick me ups are in the readings, that's where my pick me ups are, is with the readings, because that's when I can really connect on a personal level and I feel comfortable to talk about it in a personal level. But anyway, when it comes to the personal level of Nancy Guthrie, guys, there was a full moon in Leo, it was Imbolc. And people are like, did you know that it was Imbolc? Yeah, I definitely did. So much so that I included that with my reading in the full moon of Leo. And it's not long, it's not a long video at all. But for those of you that didn't see it, I think that it would be a good thing to show. It would be a good thing to show. It would be a good thing to reflect on, right? Because we are coming to a new moon in Gemini. So the communications and new intentions, things regarding this Leo full moon, I think is pertinent for us understanding, because there's really no new information out there regarding Nancy Guthrie, other than I can show you things on the map, which I'm going to. I'm going to show you things of the past on Nancy's map. Everything isn't just cut and dry with this case. And I think that a lot of people saying that it's been an amateur, well, this amateur evidently has duped a lot of agencies. So I don't know how amateur they are. Okay. I don't put my trust into books or people that tell me that they know everything. I want to know myself. I'm a free thinker, and I encourage you guys to not take my word for it and to be a free thinker. You know what I'm saying? So here is what I had to say about the full moon in Leo and Imbolc. Okay, it's not long at all. So just bear with us, get the knowledge. Get the knowledge here, okay? It's free. It's absolutely free. All right? Absolutely free. Here we go. Here's the video. Like I said, it's not that long. It's like not even 5 minutes. I mean 6 minutes. On February 1st, we are going to be experiencing something incredibly rare and incredibly symbolic. We skip this. I'm Jen. Thank you for joining me as we discuss this full moon in Leo, as it is going to be taking place on the same day as Imbolc, which is the ancient Celtic fire festival, a festival of light, of rebirth, and the awakening of the earth. And what day does this fall on? I'm so glad that you asked. It falls on Sunday, which is the sun's day, ruled by Leo. The sun's day. The sun's day, guys, right? I want to give you time to read that. We know that Apollo in astrology is the physician, the one that brings enlightenment. It's about the sun god. Okay. The sun god used to be Ra. Many, many moons ago, it was Ra. Is Ra El? The sun god Ra is included in that name. If you didn't know, it's not just coincidence. Okay. Leo in astrology is about creativity, it's about children, it's about the sun. This isn't subtle energy, guys. This is all about the solar, creative, heart center, and deeply spiritual timing. Imbolc marks the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. It's when the earth is said to be pregnant with flowers and the first stirrings of life begin beneath the soil. Traditionally, this is the season of candles, purification, and renewal. This is where altars are refreshed, intentions are set for what is about to grow. Imbolc is also sacred to Brigid, the goddess of fire, poetry, healing, fertility, and creativity, and later honored as Saint Brigid, one of Ireland's most patron saints. She is known as Brigid of the Birds. And let me just stop it right there, real quick, because I want you guys to realize something. In my son's phone, okay, I'm not in his contacts as mom, mama. No, I'm in his contacts as Brigid of the Birds. Okay. So I'm very familiar with Celtic. I'm not, my a lot of us white people do have, and color people, all of us, we do have, not all of us, but a lot of us do have that lineage to the Celtics. Not all of us, but a lot of us. A lot of people that I know. It's not like it's rare, but I'm Bridget of the Birds in his phone. So let that sink in. And Bridget of Fire, calling humanity forward into new life, new ideas, and spiritual renewal. One of the most powerful symbols of this day is Saint Brigid's cross, a four-armed woven cross made of rushes, often hung above doors and in barns. It represents protection, peace, and the turning of the seasons. But in its origins, they're even older than Christianity, linked to the ancient solar wheels and fertility symbols, honoring the sun and growth. According to legend, Brigid wove this cross while sitting at the bedside of a dying pagan, explaining spiritual truths as she worked, bridging pagan wisdom and Christian faith in one single act. So, even symbolically, Imbolc is about bridging worlds, bridging beliefs, being united with old cycles and new beginnings, darkness and light, death and rebirth. Now, astrologically, this full moon is setting a stage with a lot of opposition, a lot of challenges. The moon in Leo and the sun in Aquarius will be in an opposition. And they always are when there is a full moon. And this full moon is opposing with the heart, the collective, identity, society, creativity, and systems. And it's not going to stop there. This full moon is tied into oppositional tension involving Venus, Mars, Mercury, and Pluto, which brings emotional intensity, political pressure, financial themes, power struggles, revelations, deep psychological processing. It's very aggressive, it's very impatient. These transits are activating many charts. I want you guys to really understand something, okay? I'm reading this before she goes missing. I'm actually reading the chart. Anyone, any astrologer that was reading the full moon and Imbolc is reading the event of her disappearance. Okay? That's what we were doing. That's what you're listening to. So even though you're learning about the full moon in Leo and Imbolc and what it means, and I'm talking about the oppositions, right here, I'm bringing up Minnesota. And if you look on Nancy Guthrie's Facebook, she was distraught about the things that was going on in Minnesota with ICE. She was distraught about it. She was not happy at all with Alex Preddy and the unaliving of him. This is all happening as she's going missing. As she goes missing, this is happening. So think about that. I don't want y'all to lose sight of that. Okay. Just reminder. But the charts that I do recognize in this full moon in Leo is Ohio, Minnesota, New Jersey, Tennessee, high profile figures like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, Arizona, and even, did I say Arizona? I did. I said Arizona. I sure did. Because when I read, I have patterns that notify me, these patterns that are telling me a certain state, a certain country. I'm intuitively reading this chart and I can see Arizona. I can see Minnesota and these other states that I mentioned. Financial giants such as Amazon, Vanguard, and BlackRock. We are certainly seeing pressure on institutions. Amazon, Vanguard, BlackRock. Okay. This is what was happening when Nancy goes missing. This reading is about her as well. And feel free to go back and listen to this video if you haven't seen it yet. I'll actually put it right here and I'll put it in the description. Okay. Right here. Yeah, Anna, it's coming. I mean, nature is always, there's a reason why the sun was always worshiped as a god. And this is why, because it does take you back. Once the sun has had enough and it spits out a big, massive solar flare, Elon's money, everything is done. We're going back to the dark ages. It's just a matter of when. It's just a matter of when. And that's reality. It's just a reality, I think, that people just don't think about. They're thinking about right now. Money right now. This money right now. Corporations, leadership structures, while at the same time, individuals are being pushed to reclaim their voice, their dignity, and their personal truth. And this Leo energy is saying, I matter. My story matters. My heart matters. And at the same time, Aquarius says, but what does this mean for everyone? So, yes, this is a fiery, intense, emotionally charged full moon, but it's also a sacred reset point, a moment to ask, what do I want to give life to this year? What part of me is ready to rise again? What creative fire have I been suppressing? Because Imbolc doesn't just predict spring, it invites it, it
It invites
embraces it.
it invites it and embraces it. That's what Imbolc does. So don't fall, okay? Don't fall for the trap, guys. And when I say this, I have so much respect for your own thoughts, your own due diligence. I do have respect for that. So maybe I need to word it different and just be cautious with the things that you would believe about Imbolc and it being a Celtic, it's an ancient Celtic tradition. It's a beautiful thing. And a lot of things that are beautiful, people want to twist into something really ugly. So don't fall for anything other than look, when Nancy went missing, there was a full moon. It was in bulk. Savannah was supposed to go to Italy, right? The ambassador of Israel had just landed, right? And millions of documents had just dropped with the Epstein files. To think that Nancy's case can't be political, religious, I think we're missing some major clues here. We're missing some major clues. Alex Pretty had just been unalived. She had just posted about that. We can't forget about what was really taking place. She and her friends hung out. She has game night at her daughter's. It's a ritual. Okay. This full moon in Leo, kids, it's a ritual. What she was doing is playing games with her kids, her grandkids. I mean, our grandkid, grandkid. I think that they only have one child, Annie and Tomas. I don't know who else was over there besides them. I know that her friends and her had that party, and it was really, they have kids. The full moon in Leo is suggestive of competition, kids. And because the Epstein files dropped, we are also talking about the publicity of that drop. Leo is also about publicity. It goes public. Leo is public. You know how you post pictures of your kids? It's all attention on your kids. Education. Something that, educator. There is a lot that we need to remember, in my opinion. There is a lot that we need to remember about Nancy's case and not let time make us forget what was really taking place when Nancy went missing. Because look, I'm not a ex FBI, I'm not an ex this, but I am a damn good astrologer. And I'm telling you that when these transits come around, we have the full moon in Leo, we've got the ambassador was visiting a school, Leo. What is it opposing? It's opposing groups and organizations. It's opposing the future when Nancy goes missing. Thank you, Smack Talker. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. Thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all hit that thumbs up. Let me know. That's what the pinned
comment from me is asking, just let me know what number you are during this live. And, that helps the algorithm as well. Even if you're in the bushes, just, come out of the bushes long enough to just put what that number is. That's fine. There is so much that was going on, Anna, that we could see. We could totally see that there was a full moon, that there was spring. There was a lot of festivals. There was a lot of things happening. And the show, the gem show, the mineral show, that big gathering of organizations, that takes place with these businesses was also taking place. And the next door neighbor, he had tons of it that he was loading up. Tons of it that he was loading up. I just think that I think we're losing sight as time goes on. It's with any case, as time goes on, we're losing sight of the energy that was really around. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is that Nancy Guthrie, I've looked at her map, I've showed her map, I show it time and time again when I do lives because, it seems to be the best thing for me. It's not a video, but just a live, just to come out here and talk, no script, just talk it out. Indeed. Yeah. That thanks, smack talker. Uh, so I want to show this too because I think that it definitely matters with the work that I do to show people again that there was something pertinent on the map. A lot of times when I create the map, what I do is what I do every time when I create a map is when I create it and I draw out the angles, I intuitively say and write what it is that I'm thinking about that angle because everything is geometry, everything is math, right? So every time I draw an angle, whether it's a sextile, a trine, a square, a quincunx, I tell what I think is could be happening on that angle. Create that map. That note goes in there. Or not too long after, the note goes in there. And I've been live, I've showed you guys time and time again, different cases that I do, and I show you, you know, the notes prior. Something was crazy today, absolutely crazy with Jack and Lily's case. I had somebody that has messaged me since they've been missing off and on. They know the method that of the mapping that I do. They know that I have spawned from the studies of AMAP, a matterperception.org, wonderful group, wonderful people. They know that I've spawned from that study. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to formulate any type of scientific evidence that would say where somebody could be found, not necessarily worried about the distance as I am the angle, because I need to get the angle down first with this study. But anyway, I've spawned. That's where the method that I use with mapping, I've just spawned from there. I just use more points. I use more agencies. I'm just really looking at it from all angles that my software will allow, and my software allows me to use 50 points rather than 10. That is the only difference between me and AMAP. Wonderful people, beautiful studies, and they've paved the way for many of us who want to help. Okay? Help to find the missing, help to create a map for you to show you where your planetary energies, celestial bodies are when you're born. Okay. It's just really cool, mystical shit. Okay. For people that aren't missing or are not a fugitive. Anyways, this video that I want to show you is about the mapping and how the mapping has worked with Nancy Guthrie. And I can show it time and time again on, like, say, Sebastian Rogers, who is missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. I can show his map and show you things that have already happened. And the way that I put it into the map when I create the map. And then when something comes about on that exact location, that line is telling a story, and it's telling an accurate story, actually, per the energy that has just produced over it, if you know what I'm talking about. And those of you that have followed me for a while, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, here is this past live that I did. No, I think it wasn't a past live. I think it was just a little short video that I did. But I want to show you this mapping. Okay. I wanna come back to the beginning. Business. I've looked at these. The FBI rises here. It rises with contracts, with the law, with the arrest, possibly. It's going to rise here at a 2542. Again, I mean, there's a justice here with a relationship. We look on this one, though. I'll tell you what this place is. This is Culver's. Looks like a little shopping center. I mean, look and see what else is here. I think that that's the only place is Culver's. I know that on Thursday, there's a lot of energy going with the FBI. Thursday and Saturday look like big days for the FBI. There's a huge weight on them with all the things that are going to be coming in, all the information that's going to be coming in. Thursday and Saturday, I'm seeing FBI, New Mexico vibes. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. And then tonight and tomorrow, Pluto is at a 400, and Pluto is going to come to Michael. I'm reading the energy. Okay. I'm reading the energy prior, and then it happens. I want y'all to understand that this is that video right there. I'm not trying to just continuously pat myself on the back, but you know what? Somebody's got to. Somebody's got to be an advocate for myself. And why wouldn't I be my number one advocate when it comes to the great work that I do day in and day out for the missing? I've created over 300 maps, like 350, almost 350 maps I've created. Been doing this for years. This isn't something I just woke up yesterday doing. So when I am reading the charts and I am mapping, I am live doing it. And then after the fact, it is validated after. And this happens a lot in my everyday life, not just when mapping. It happens because a good astrologer, a good astrologer is going to look at it from all angles to try to understand what is really happening. You know what I'm saying? So this right here. I just saw something. We're speaking my language here. It did. Let me see. Hold on. What the what? Oh hell. It's downgraded to a 7.8 now, but that's still awful. Just had a 6.4. Let me show you. All right, let's take a turn here. Let's look what the hell is going on here. So I don't see. I mean, they have been having little quakes. The Philippines has, but now let's go in closer. So I wonder if there's a tsunami. It doesn't look like it hit on land. Let's see. 1 hour ago. So an hour ago, the 7.8 shakes part of southern Philippines tsunami forecast for some coasts. So we'll just have to watch that. And look, let me tell you something. When that sun produces, and this is what I've been finding out, or this is what I've been noticing, is the solar flares right now, even at like a little X1 that is coming and buffering our magnetic field, our magnetosphere here on Earth. I've noticed that even the smallest of CMEs, because this was a weak CME that came, even though they said it was weak, I don't know, my stuff was buffering. My social media was buffering, so I don't know how weak it was, but usually after we have a CME that buffers our magnetic field, we could see a good earthquake. So it's not surprising at all. Luckily, it wasn't that it's not devastating, but it is a huge one. Yeah, definitely big. We don't know if it's going to be a bigger one hit on land. Got a lot of things going on in Iran and Israel. The war is picking back up. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff to talk about. But anyway, I want to stay on task here. I want to show you again. This is where I was talking about the New Mexico stuff, Mike Feldman. I mean, I can even go back to the past read with Epstein and Mike Feldman here. And the thing is that I was seeing this on the 10th, so each reading that I've done, it's basically telling me the same story. Each reading is telling me the same story. When I'm looking at her case, it's crazy that it's continuously talking about the same thing that was, that we were talking about when she went missing. And I think that we just really need to remember, right? We need to remember. So let me take this back a little bit. Because even though, I mean, and it's not long. It's not long, guys. When I use the tool of astrology to try to figure out where someone can be, I begin the map at the last place that they are seen. And then I begin to draw out the geometric angles of expression on the Earth's terrain. It's the behavior that is taking place at the time someone goes missing. And as I have looked at Nancy Guthrie's map and looked at the people that are associated with her, it becomes clear that there is so much more than meets the eye. Oh, sorry about that. Let me fast forward that. When I hold lives and show the map, show the astrology, I read it intuitively, connecting with patterns of degrees and numbers. And when I tell you to write something down, you can take it to the bank, you can. Here is a recap of what I've said regarding Nancy's case and the days that we can watch for movement on her case. Check it out. Looking at Mike because he's holding the fate as this picture is being released. Okay. So that's where I'm at with that. Got a big political war going on. You got the Epstein 3 million documents, the final drop. She goes missing. Israel ambassador comes to Arizona. It's just, it's all too coincidental. The FBI, New Mexico and the FBI. So, and here is Nancy. There is Nancy. This is where she has a relationship. There's a relationship that's hidden here. Other people's money, again, debt, taxes, the same thing that I just said. There could be a containment through here of Nancy. There could be some type of containment. I've looked at this business. I've looked at these. The FBI rises here. It rises with contracts, with the law, with the arrest, possibly. It's going to rise here at a 2542. Again, I mean, there's a justice here with a relationship. We look on this one, though. I'll tell you what this place is. This is Culver's. Looks like a little shopping center. I mean, look and see what else is here. I think that that's the only place is Culver's. I know that on Thursday, there's a lot of energy going with the FBI. Thursday and Saturday look like big days for the FBI. There's a huge weight on them with all the things that are going to be coming in, all the information that's going to be coming in. Thursday and Saturday, I'm seeing FBI, New Mexico vibes. I don't know. Just have to wait and see. And then tonight and tomorrow, Pluto is at a 400, and Pluto is going to come to Michael. Pluto is going to come and transform him. Major transformation. Because that degree is right here. And it's about the home. It's about family. It's about loyalty. It's about real estate. It's about real estate. And where the home, whose home? Whose home? We have to keep into consideration Saturn, when Saturn comes to oppose Nancy this afternoon, like straight on an opposition, a major opposition. When this comes over Nancy at a 2941, it's also hitting Missouri. It's also hitting Israel. It's also hitting Russia. So we have to keep that in mind. Mike is going to be, he's probably going to be connected more so with Epstein than what we know. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm about to deep dive, guys. I'm going to deep dive this a little bit more because, again, he's holding the fate. Everybody is going to be talking about other things that are just going to be distracting. I know that on Thursday, there's a lot of energy going with the FBI. Thursday and Saturday look like big days. Thank you so much for watching Astrology for Mystics. And that was it. I mean, these readings that I do, when someone is missing, in my opinion, matter. And I don't lose sight of what I've said, what I've thought, the conclusion that I've come to. You know what I'm saying? I definitely try to consider all of that. And, it's just, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Look how messed up my hair is, guys. When will all this Epstein end? I don't know. I think it's going to end when it actually ends. And anybody that thinks he's deceased, that he just offed himself, I mean, come on. How duped can the public be? Like, how can we just allow things that are not even logical? Dude did not off himself. Come on. Anybody that thinks that Ghislaine Maxwell is in a jail? Come on. Oh, shoot, I must have turned off my mic. Dang it. I was outside, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry. Yeah, he's definitely outside. I mean, he is definitely alive. Yeah, I was outside, guys. He didn't get he didn't get offed. He did not get offed, and she is not Ghislaine is not hanging out in jail somewhere, reading books and just, isolated. Poor little Ghislaine Maxwell. Come on. Come on, guys. Would he be that goofy? And these people will go to the ends of the earth to get the focus off of them. It's all about distraction and conquer, distraction and conquer. And this is the reason why I think it's so important for me to do a series with Manly Hall and his lectures because they teach somebody a lot if they will just listen. If you can just listen, if you can just be a listener instead of a talker, you can learn the wisdom of the ancients and what it is. Everything is archetypal. Everything is archetypal. These people live and breathe with the wisdom of the ancients, and they distract everybody from even understanding what it is that they're really doing. And they program people. They actually program. There is a programming here, right? So the same thing with Nancy Guthrie. Same thing with Nancy Guthrie. I firmly believe that if her case is ever solved, it will be a patsy, just like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, gone. ICE in streets. People being, put in prisons, away from their kids. There is a lot of things going on in the world. Nancy Guthrie was very vocal about Minnesota, what was going on in Minnesota. She was very vocal. The Epstein files drop. It's a full moon in Leo. Leo's about kids. It's about attention. It's about publicity. It's about schools, education, educators, universities. Like, this is what was going on. Imbolc. Spring is springing. Things that were going on in her hometown. Arizona is known for this annual show, Mineral and Gem Show. They're known for that. That was taking place. It was the perfect setup, perfect plan. This was planned. Perfect setup, perfect plan for Epstein to be offed. He offed himself. Did he really? Did he really? Did somebody off him? I don't think so. We consider Elon Musk a very powerful man. And Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Israel are like three peas in a pod, always showing up when something crazy happens, like the day that Charlie, was unalived. So there is absolutely things that took place when Nancy went missing that a lot of people are forgetting. And I just wanted to come on for a little bit tonight and talk about that. Let you guys know I ain't forgot. Yes, I know that Imbolc was definitely in the mix with the full moon in Leo Sunday. It's the sun's day. On her map, remember on Nancy Guthrie's map, I took you guys to the cross. Isn't that symbolic for that missing event? Isn't it symbolic for the missing event for the cross? Remember? Let me show you. Let me just show you if you don't remember. Hold on. Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay. So remember the cross? Hold on. That was the angle that I was drawing last time. Oh, where's it at? Hold up. Why ain't it coming up? What's going on? Reload. It may not pull up because of the anything that's going on in the internet world with the data. Hold on. I had it pulled up for you guys. Hold on. I had it pulled up. Something happened. Yeah, StreamYard isn't working right now. I mean, not StreamYard, but my maps. It's not working. And I mean, it's par for the course, right? But if you remember, it's where not Kayla, Kayla Day, Luke's associate, remember Kayla? Is it Kayla? I think it's Kayla. She was the one that was girlfriend to William Hubie. Kayla Day. Let me see if that's her. Yeah. Yeah. She was the girlfriend of William Hubie, who is an absconder. Okay. I mean, he's the dude that went to Mexico, was bringing illegals over the border, was chased by the cops, ended up wrecking his car into plowing into someone head on, unalived the old woman who was 84. She was going through a Uranus return. What happens at 84, guys? You go through a Uranus return, something shakes you up. Well, guess what? I think he may have a pattern of shaking old women up. I think that he could have been hired. He's in Hell's Angels. He's an absconder in Arizona. He is the boyfriend, 13 years older than Kayla Day, who is still doing time in Arizona. She was arrested right after Luke Daly was pulled over and talked to by the FBI and all of that happened with his car at Culver's. Remember? Yeah, she's still in jail. Yeah, she's still in jail. She ain't going nowhere. Kayla is still in jail. But people are not talking about her. People are not talking about her boyfriend, William Hubie, and I don't get it. Why is nobody talking about her boyfriend? Luke wasn't her boyfriend. What in the actual HELL is going on here? I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. So if he's the absconder, she's in jail. He's evidently got a warrant and he still hasn't been found. Then could it be? We've looked at the jail in Arizona. We looked at where he's been held before. We look where Kayla is being held, and Annie's going right there. I just don't think that this case is having the attention that it really needs on the people that we really need to be talking about. I still just don't think so. And I'm waiting for people to catch up, just like with Charlie Kirk. Damn, waiting on people to catch up. It's obvious what took place with Charlie. I saw it the day before talking to Shauna about it. It was obvious who the players are. It's obvious. It's obvious that Epstein is not gone. And again, just waiting for people to catch up. It's obvious that with Jack and Lily, their mother also played a role. Why is she not being pressured like crazy on social media? I don't get some of these cases, man. I really don't. I don't get it. Sun flares, tech don't mix. No, it doesn't. I did a huge series about that. Mm-mm. It's not gonna last. I think I'm right too. I think that the energy is just not lying to us. I think that what was taking place when she went missing is exactly what was taking place when she went missing. I think that's exactly what was taking place. Her daughter, Savannah, is absolutely high profile. Wanna hurt Savannah, hurt her mama. Cameron, I mean, he's in the military. You got 2 educators, Tommy and, Annie. I mean, that's the full moon in Leo right there. Opposing groups and organizations. It's just a no-brainer, really. Yeah, it's possible. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to come on for a little bit and tell you guys, yeah, I know about Imbolc. I did a whole video about it. I still think that people need to catch up, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for these big ass channels, these big know-it-alls that have, this professional investigative history to put 2 and 2 together because it's going to equal 4 no matter how we look at it. It's going to equal 4 and until you get on board, you're just not you got to get on board. This is much deeper and if she is ever found, there'll be a patsy. I don't think she'll ever be found, but I mean if there's anybody that's ever blamed for this. I don't think she'll ever be found, but if anybody is ever blamed, I've showed you guys hotspots. And the one that is by that old ranch, that's my number 1 hotspot still. I can look at it right now and tell you that's my number 1 hotspot. Just like with Summer Wells, one of my number 1 hotspots is gonna be Lighthouse Cemetery. It's gonna be one of my number 1 hotspots is Lighthouse Cemetery with Summer Wells. And y'all know how I feel about Sebastian. He's either in a school or, my other location. I feel like I'm ahead of the game. Like, I'm just waiting for people to catch up because, look, I'm not a know-it-all, but I know what I'm talking about with what I've just said. If I didn't know, if I felt like there was, some hesitation or some I would say that. A fake kidnapper. Yep. Yep. Totally agree. Fake kidnapper. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I love you guys and peace out.